Hello. Today I'm going to give you my second video in the introduction to the terminal. Now the first video taught you how to move around inside the terminal, how to work with the hierarchy, and basically get a grasp of how things work. What I'm going to show you today is a little more administrative use, but it's still something that you're probably going to want to know at some point or another. The first command is who am I? Who am I? All one word. When you press enter, it's just going to tell you who you're logged in as. Generally, you're going to want to know who you're logged in as. You probably already know. When you logged in, that's who you are. Now, if you come up to a terminal and it's logged in and you don't know who logged in, you can type in who am I. It'll tell you who's logged in. The second command is who. Type who, press enter. It tells you who's logged into the system. It tells you when they logged in, and it tells you where they're logged in, which is this bar right here. This column is where. After who, you're going to want to know from time to time what processes are running on your system. To get a basic breakdown of processes, it's PS. PS short for processes. Press enter. The process is running on the system. Now, the most important thing to note here is this PID, the process identification number. For each process, there's a number, and it's listed right here. One of the good reasons to want to know this is if you have a hung process, you can find the process's name, find the number, and you can shut it down that way, which I will cover in a future video. Now, if this is not enough information for you and you need more about the processors that are running, it's PS space AUX. When you type PS AUX and press enter, you'll get a very detailed breakdown of the processes on your system. As you see here, there's much more information. It tells you where it's running from. It tells you the ID number. It tells you who is running it. It gives you a very good breakdown. Now, the next thing is I've taught you about directories and files in the first video. So let's see if I can find the file for us. Okay, we have the FS tab. The FS tab is the file system table. It's a very important file on any Linux system. It contains most of the configurations that you probably going to want to mess around with in the future. There are things there you do not want to mess up. So unless you're very comfortable with it, I don't suggest messing around with the FS tab. I will cover that in detail in a future video. But for right now, I'm going to show you how to show what's in a file. So let's say we want to go into the FS tab. The command is cat, C-A-T space FS tab. When you press enter, it will give you the breakdown of what's inside the table. Now, you can't see all of what this is because I'm zoomed in on my screen, so it's not listing the full length of the file. But type in cat space and then the file name and press enter will give you a listing of everything that's inside the file. Now, for making a file, it's very simple. Let's say I'm going to back out. I'm going all the way back to root. Oh, guess I'm already there. Now I'm going to make a file. To make a file, it's touch, space, and then the file name. I'm going to call this file tree. Press enter. Permission denied. You cannot make things in the root directory. In order to get around that, sudo. Sudo stands for super user do. So super user do. Space. And then your command. So what I'm telling this to do is pretend like I am root, I am the administrator, then I want it to create a file, and this is what I want the file to be called. When you press enter, it's going to prompt you for the password. This is root's password. It is not the password you've logged in as unless you are root. If you do not know the root password, you cannot use sudo. So if you don't have administrative privileges, you cannot make files in the root directory. This command will still work in, let's say, your home directory, which I will show you in a second. Fortunately for me, I know the root password. If I ls again, As you can see over here, my file is tree. Now if I do cat to show what's in the file, it comes up empty. There's nothing inside the file. In the future I will show you how to put things in the file, but for now that's how you make files. So as far as creating files without sudo, I'm moving into directory home, and I'm going to move into my home directory, which has just my desktop and a wallpaper picture. Now here I can touch and create the file without using the sudo command, because I have permission to use it here without being an administrator. So what I've taught you today is who am I, to see who you're logged in as, who to see who is logged in on the system, PS to show the process is running, PS aux to show the detailed description of what's running, cat to show what is inside of a file, and touch to list what to create a file. I hope this has helped you have a little bit better understanding of Linux and the basic breakdown of the terminal. In the future I'll be posting more videos on the terminal.